Welcome back to No Idea, the podcast where you have no idea what we're going to talk about, and we have no idea how it's going to go. My name's Allie, and I'm here with my co-host Jenny.
That's me. Hello.
And then we have our lovely guest, Jessica Hankinson, with us today.
Woo! Crowd cheer! Woo! Thank you for being with us. We are so glad to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So, you guys may not know her, but if you don't, I'll introduce her, so don't worry. She is 4'11" of pure wisdom, guys. She's very short, but very mighty. And she is currently studying entrepreneurship and theology. And she's a dear friend of Allie and I's. We are so excited to have her on the show. Actually, let me just inform you with some context here. This is how Jess and I became friends. I think it happened in March. Yep, earlier in March. And if I get any part of the story wrong, just let me know. Just
I will.
correct me, okay? Oh, believe me, I will. So her and I and another girl, we go to Chipotle one night, and she drives. Thank you for that, by the way. And we go there, we sit down, and she starts talking about this time where she was a minor. She was 17, and she was working at Taco Bell. Did you like that job?
Loved that job.
So
Best
glad.
job I've ever had.
Oh my God.
Wait, no, that's a bold statement.
Wait, no, I'm sorry, that was too much. She was working, and she was having a really busy night, and then she just casually slips in this comment. And by the way, I was working with this other minor, whose name is Brick, by the way. Whose name is Brick? And I just laughed so hard that I cried. We just bonded in that moment. So that's how our friendship started. Here we are, months later.
Yeah.
Allie, how did you become friends with Jessica?
So, me and Jess have an interesting friendship. So, we met actually before, we didn't meet. It was more like online that we met, quote unquote. And right before we went to college, we were part of this group chat, and we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be like best friends, we're gonna talk all the time, you're so cool, I love you so much. And then we got to school, and we didn't really talk.
Good times.
But we did end up working together last year, and so I would see her on and off at work. And then I feel like our friendship like really blossomed this year when we came back to school, and I just saw you like all the time, and I was like, Jess Hankinson, I love you so much.
How do you not become a fan of Jessica Hankinson?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Crazy people.
I really don't know, she says herself. She's even a fan of herself, everyone. Okay, so the reason we brought Jess onto the show, happy episode 3, everyone, is that she has started this something called Remain. Can you describe to us what Remain is?
Yeah, so Remain is primarily a social media platform on Instagram. We also have a website. And it's basically just a space for people to come together and just discuss what they're going through about just things dealing with mental health, if it's them specifically, or if it's people that they know, or, you know, just anything on the broad spectrum of mental health. It's just a place for people to come together and know that their feelings are validated, and they're also just so loved and respected by others that are going through the same thing.
Yeah, I love that. And that is like a form of entrepreneurship. So why did you choose to study business?
I fell in love with business in high school. It was my favorite category, all down the list of math, science, English, whatever. I loved business. So I knew that was something that I wanted to pursue long term, and I also loved the idea of being my own boss. So entrepreneurship is
That's
like
a good feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
Amen.
So it's like the perfect equilibrium. You know, it's so good.
And what dreams do you hope to like accomplish with that degree?
Yeah, I'd love to have some type of ministry and business, whether it's like starting a flower shop and having women working in it, or having a coffee shop and training up young adults on how to, you know, be good leaders for Christ, and also just good leaders in general. So yeah, it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
So, just taking a step back to Remain, what inspired you to start this project, this platform?
Yeah, it was really something I never thought that I would get into, but a few months ago, my loving, wonderful, caring boyfriend, Zachary, he committed suicide, and it just had a detrimental effect to my life. I never thought about mental health before. I hadn't dealt with anything. I'd never had severe depression or anything. So just having it hit so close to home for me was really hard, and I didn't know how to handle it. So I figured, I love business. I have to come up with a business for my business class. I might as well do something that I'm actually passionate about and that I'm caring about at this moment, and that's just advocating for mental health.
And a lot of mental health issues aren't really talked about in the church. So I know that it's all like a new thing to me where I'm learning about it, trying to understand what people are going through in the moment and afterwards, and that no one is really exempt from having a mental health issue. So at some point in their life. So what are some things that you think the church could do to help people going through something?
Yeah. First of all, just ending the stigma is so important. As believers, we should be hyper aware of the lies that the enemy can put into our heads, and other people's heads. Just, things like, you're a burden, or you're annoying, or this conversation would be better if you weren't in it. Just easy little lies that the enemy can use to just totally get into our heads. And the Bible, we're obviously called to love everyone. So we should just be investing in people so deeply that there's no room for the enemy to get into their head and put these lies in that, they have to be anxious about something, or they have to eat less in order to be loved, or, just anything like eating disorders, depression, suicide, anxiety. Like, it's all, I believe that it all stems from the enemy. So we should be so aware.
We live in a fallen world.
Yeah.
Is there a time in your life where you felt like the lies of the enemy were really affecting you, and how did you break free of that, and how did the Lord work?
Yeah, I spent a lot of high school comparing myself to other girls in the aspects of beauty or being popular and being liked, and I would just lay in my bed at night and be like, why am I not so-and-so's girlfriend, or why am I not so-and-so's best friend, because those people are so cool and I'm not. And I feel like the enemy just used that in a huge way that I didn't realize until later on. And that was really hard, and I feel like it's something that everybody goes through at some point, comparing themselves to other people. I don't know. It all stems from the enemy. He's so rude.
Yeah, he really needs to stop.
Oh, he's the worst. But,
and how did the Lord deliver you from that?
Yeah, I mean, just constant prayer and, being validated by God, and just reading the scriptures, you were made by me and I make no mistakes, and you were chosen and you were worthy, and you're like rubies, just all of that stuff, the Psalms, the Proverbs, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're just so blessed to be loved by a creator that takes such joy in our beauty, no matter where we are in our lives.
You're right.
Yeah, I just love your passion so much, and just watching you walk through, as a friend, seeing you take everything that happened with Zachary, and I'm so proud of you. And I know I've said this to you already, but I just want everyone else to know. But just the incredible amount of strength, which I know didn't all come from you. That was Jesus full force. But just your willingness to walk with him in that. That is such a thing to be commended, because I'm just so proud of you. Wow. You are such an amazing woman. You have no idea.
Oh, thank you so much, sweet friend. I'm gonna cry.
Oh, we love you a lot. Just want to say that publicly for everyone to hear. But coming from someone who has walked through that suffering, what are some steps that us as Christians can take to help someone who is actively dealing with something like this?
Yeah, I'd say bringing it to the light is the first step. Pretending like it's not happening is not the way to do it.
Avoidance is never the answer.
So I'd say, first of all, recognize the problem. Second of all, be as servant-hearted as you can be. Anything that you can do for someone, getting them a glass of water, helping them study, walking them to their car, just simple stuff like that, carrying their book bag, just simple stuff like that. It's so practical. We can love people so practically, and we're often just too busy to even think about doing it. So recognizing the problem, loving them. Third would probably, if they do show signs, which is not on you to see the signs. First of all, if someone is suicidal, you can't hold it on yourself to like see that they're going through it, you know, because a lot of it is private. So just remembering that you're not responsible for anything, but you are responsible to at least help, or at least try to help.
Just do what is in your power to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also want to say something about how you said bring it into the light. Like, shame is something that the enemy has used throughout all history to keep us wrapped up in darkness and bondage. And that's not, obviously, the life that Jesus has called us to live. So, everyone listening out there, if there's something that you've been keeping secret for a long time, that you're like, I want to break free of this, but I have no idea how, that is the first step. And we just really encourage you to go to someone who is trusted and older and wiser than you, who knows the Lord so personally, and to confess it to not only God but them too, and have it be someone who can help you walk in the light continually and keep you accountable.
Yeah, because even if it's not a sin, you know, like obviously confessing sin is important, but even just confessing that you are struggling, even just being vulnerable enough to say like, hey, I've been dealing with depression for so long, like I need help, and they should be there to care for you and be like, I'm so glad that you are trusting in me to bring this to the light and just to pour into you. So even if it's not a sin, like even if it's just that you're sad sometimes, I would definitely tell someone in authority, or even just your friends, because they care about you.
So if there's anyone specifically listening to this podcast right now who is dealing with anxiety, who is dealing with depression, who is dealing with something of that nature, what would you say to them?
I mean, I love you, first of all. We're all brothers and sisters in Christ, which is incredible. But yeah, you're just so loved and you're so valued. And it sounds like some generic saying, but it's not. Like, you are truly and utterly loved by us, and also by the creator of the universe, which is like the coolest part.
Yes, who knows you inside and out.
Yeah, who created you to be who you want to be, and who he wants you to be. So yeah, just that no one would feel alone or feel like, you know, a failure, or feel like they don't matter, because they do, you know. It's just, I can't drill it into people's heads enough, you know.
Yeah, and like something I'd love to add, like when you touched on shame, I think a lot of the time, like you said, like our shame keeps us trapped, not wanting to let it out or tell anyone, or even like just admitting to God like how we feel. Because I know in my own experience, like I haven't dealt like with specifically mental health issues and stuff like that, but fear and shame are things that have held me back in my own life. And just, there's so much freedom in being able to admit, oh, hey, like I don't have it all together, but that's okay, because I might be ashamed of me, but Jesus, you're never ashamed of me.
So good.
And it's like the Lord's love that draws us close to him. You know, even I think it's 1 John, he talks about how that just love is the fact that like Jesus loved us first, not that we loved him. And so it's, like there's so much freedom being able to be like, Jesus, you're not ashamed of me. In fact, it's the opposite of that. And there's so much freedom that comes from that.
Yes.
There
He
is.
so proud to be seen with us, to know us, to love us, and there's always, 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 always hope.
Yeah.
Our hope is rooted in him.
Yeah, and another thing to add is just, you oftentimes are able to see Jesus in the sweetest way when you're going through the darkest things. Like in this grieving season that I'm going through with Zachary, it obviously is not what I want for myself, you know, but I have just seen God's character revealed so clearly to me in all of the aspects of grieving. Just being able to see his beauty and his grace, and just how sincere he is with us, and just how he cares about us. So yeah, like if you're dealing with anything as a listener, just knowing that like this is your chance to see God work miracles in your life, you know? In the hardest and darkest times is when he shines so bright.
Yes, preach it.
So good.
Someone give this girl a mic. Say it louder for those in the back. So, Jess, how do you plan to expand your platform of Remain?
Yeah.
What is your vision for it? Where do you want to see it go?
I have lots of visions.
I have a lot of visions, actually.
Basically, the only thing that matters about Remain is the follower count. And not just for the sake of being a popular account, but for the sake of reaching people. I want to see Remain hit 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers. Not just to see the numbers, but to see people's lives changed, and just to see God working in their lives and being able to, like, just minister to them through my posts and through Remain's posts. So, yeah, just growing in that aspect, growing the community, just, like, creating a safe space for people to come together and talk about what they're going through and know that there are 10,000 other people that are right there next to them. I'd love to do that. Love to come out with more merch for Remain to start conversations up in public.
Yes, guys, she has the cutest buttons. Please purchase these.
And t-shirts.
T-shirts!
Yeah, so just expanding the store, expanding the following. Yeah, that's kind of the goal right now.
Because you never know when someone will just be, like, scrolling through Instagram and they're like, I don't look like her, I don't look like him, I can't be like this, why am I not like this, and stuff like that. And then they see a truth that you've posted.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, that's not true. This is true. I am loved. I was made like this on purpose. So you are shining the light in your community and even beyond the people you are directly in contact with. So, with that, can you give us the Instagram handle?
Yes.
For those who want to follow you.
So it is at Remaining Purpose, and I can spell that out for you so you don't make any grammatical errors. It's
in case you didn't pass your 3rd grade spelling test.
Even if you didn't, you're still loved by God.
We
by the
still
way.
love you.
So Remaining Purpose is REMAININGPURPOSE, and that's on Instagram, and that is our website as well, just www.remainingpurpose.com. And that's where our store is located, and that's where you can learn more about us and what we do and the heart behind everything.
Yeah, that was amazing. You go, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for talking with us and just being on the show. Happy episode 3, baby. Woo! Up top. All right. Woo! Okay, one for the listeners. All right, we'll do that later. Okay, that was a high five. You couldn't see. Anyway, so this is us signing off with No Idea. Thank you so much for listening. Leave comments and questions and suggestions. Follow us on Instagram. What's that handle, Allie?
It is at no_idea_podcast.
Do you want to spell that out for that?
For the people that didn't pass 3rd grade.
Sorry about that, guys. You want to spell that out? Just go ahead.
Okay, it's at symbol, you know what I'm talking about, at no_idea, IDEA.
Yeah, there you go.
Underscore. I almost forgot to spell it. And then podcast, PODCAST.
Ooh, you go, girl. She passed her
She
3rd
passed her
grade.
third
It's just somewhat passed. Okay, thank you guys for listening. We love you. We'll see you next time on No Idea.